Partition. Why was British India divided 75 years ago? Every evening since 1959, Indian and Pakistani troops have lowered their flags together at the Wagah border crossing. When Britain granted India independence 75 years ago, the territory it had ruled over was divided or partitioned into India and the new state of Pakistan, with East Pakistan later becoming Bangladesh. This created an upsurge of violence, in which approximately 15 million people were displaced and an estimated 1 million died. India and Pakistan have remained rivals ever since. Why was British India partitioned? In 1946, Britain announced it would grant India independence. No longer able to afford to administer the country, it wanted to leave as quickly as possible. Partition pain is like an heirloom to carry. How the loudspeakers powered Gandhi's freedom fight. Why Sir Gangaram's legacy lives on in India and Pakistan. The last viceroy, Lord Mountbatten, set the date as 15 August 1947. The population was about 25% Muslim, with the rest mostly Hindu but also Sikh, Buddhist and other religions. The British used religion as a way of dividing people in India into categories. Prof. Navtej Purwal, Indian Fellow for the Arts and Humanities Research Council, says, for example, they created separate Muslim and Hindu lists of voters for local elections. There were seats reserved for Muslim politicians and seats reserved for Hindus. Religion became a factor in politics, though Gareth Price, at the UK-based Chatham House Foreign Policy Institute, says, when it looked likely that India would get independence, many Muslim Indians became worried about living in a country ruled by a Hindu majority. They thought they would be overwhelmed. They started to support political leaders who campaigned for a separate Muslim homeland. Congress Party independence movement leaders Mohandas Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru wanted a united India that embraced all faiths. But All India Muslim League leader Muhammad Ali Jinnah demanded partition as part of the independence settlement. It would have taken a long time to get agreement about how a united India would work. Dr. Price says, partition seemed to be a quick and simple solution. It is thought 2,000 people died in the 1946 Calcutta killings, when Hindus and Muslims fought in the streets. British civil servant Sir Cyril Radcliffe drew up the borders between India and Pakistan in 1947, dividing the subcontinent very roughly into the central and southern part, where Hindus formed the majority, two parts in the northwest and northeast that were mostly Muslim, but Hindu and Muslim communities were scattered throughout British India. About 15 million people travelled, often hundreds of miles, to cross the new frontiers, and many were driven out of their homes by communal violence, starting with the 1946 Calcutta killings, in which an estimated 2,000 died. The Muslim League formed the militias, and so did right-wing Hindu groups, says Dr. Elino Newbridgen, senior lecturer in South Asian history at SOAS, University of London. Terror groups would chase people out of their villages to get more control for their own side. India also intervened to support East Pakistan in its war of independence against Pakistan. In 1971,